Hey friend, Colin here from Sumthins Recording, and today I want to share with you my favorite secret for building better productions. We're going to be exploring a cool trick for building out better productions today, and this is going to help you get better mixes and better songs right from the get-go, right from the production stage. But before we dive in here today, if you're ready to go a little bit deeper into the mixing process in its entirety and really start to hone your workflow as an audio engineer, then I have just the thing for you. It is my 7-step mixing checklist, and it's just a simple PDF that will walk you through the entire mixing process step by step to help you get more professional and radio-ready mixes without any more of the hassle and without any more of the guesswork. Excuse me, it is a completely free guide, and you can download it below using the link in the video description. Now let's jump in here and take a look at this track. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go through piece by piece here, and we're going to build out this track. But let me give you a little preview here without our secret inside this track, and then we're going to go through piece by piece. I'll show you how we built this production, and then we're going to click in that final trick, that final level of polish, and you're going to hear what a difference it makes in a production like this. So take a listen. This is the basis of this track here. You can hear it's a pretty full sounding track, right? We got a lot of guitars going on, we got a few keyboards going on, full drum kit, bass guitar, and vocals going on here. Let me start at the core here, and we're gonna build out. So let me mute our vocals. We'll mute out our keys. The thing we started with on this track was this pair of rhythm guitars, was the main riff that the guitar player came up with. So I'm going to hit play here. You can hear the main guitar part that we started with. So that's our main rhythm riff. Now the complement to that comes in our verses, is this other piece here on the delayed guitars. So those two electric guitar parts work together to create the bed or the foundation of our track here. We have our rhythm guitars, and then we have this kind of delayed guitar riff that goes on underneath. They start in the verse, and then they build up to kind of open during our chorus section here. Now, that was our foundation for the track. So after that, we add in our drums. So take a listen to our drums, and then I'll add in our bass too. So this is going to build out the bottom end of our track. The drum kit, and then our bass guitar. So you can hear that already kind of gives us some edge because there's some funkiness going on with the drums, and that gives us a little bit of differentiation that makes our production kind of unique here. Let's continue on. Let's start filling out the rest of the production here. We'll throw in the lead guitar. That comes in during the solo section, but we'll throw that in for now at the moment. The next kind of piece that we added in to fill out this track is the acoustic guitar. So this gives some contrast to the electric guitars by adding some brightness in the top end here. So let me throw that in. here, it adds that nice acoustic kind of jangle, that crispness up on the top end. So filling out our frequency spectrum here. Next pieces we're adding to kind of fill out the rest of our track here before we throw in our lead vocal is our keyboard section. So there's a couple little interesting things going on here, and then some of the usual suspects. So the piano comes in to fill out our melodic section here, so our guitars. We add in our keyboard to make it more full range here. So here's adding in our piano. Starting with it muted, we'll throw it in. I threw in our organ track there as well. The organ in this track isn't something that you necessarily hear, but it kind of glues in all of the different pieces. So any kind of space that we have left in the track, the organ will kind of weave in there and fill in all those gaps and glue all our pieces together. These last two things here, the piano loop and the vibes, are kind of some interesting ear candy. So I'm going to put these in and then I'll solo them so you can hear what they're doing. So a couple extra pieces there that aren't main focuses in the track, but they add some extra character, they add some ear candy, so if you're really listening, you'll hear those vibes and you'll hear this haunting kind of piano loop going on in the background. Last piece of the puzzle for the main production is our lead vocal. So let's throw our lead vocal in and finish out our track here. So we could stop there, right? It sounds like a finished song. We've got all the pieces of the puzzle. Our guitar solo comes in to take us out after this section here. But there's one thing we can add to take this production to the next level and really push the boundaries on this track to give it some energy, give it some character, and make it feel like a full song. To me, that finishing touch on a track is background vocals. They seem like such a small part and it's easy to do without them and to call it done, but if you add them in, it really goes that extra mile and adds that extra polish that makes it feel like a finished production. So I'm going to play through this here, and I want you to listen without the background vocals. On the second half here, I'm going to kick them in. Listen to what a difference just a set of background vocals makes for a song. Now it feels like a finished production. It feels like a finished song. Adding background vocals in at the production stage not only takes it up a notch during production, during recording, but it makes the song better and it gives you a better mix because we have something to fill out the rest of the frequency spectrum. We have this kind of bed of vocals to prop up our lead vocal in the middle. Let me take out our lead vocal here, and I'm going to do the same thing. So we'll start. Actually, I'll start with them in this time, and then I'm going to mute out our background vocals. I want you to listen to how suddenly the instrumental feels flatter, it feels duller, and it feels like it's missing something. You don't notice they're gone until they are. Then you miss them. So here's with them in, and then I'll pull them out. And this isn't anything that fancy. They're mostly ahs. There's some there's some fanciness going on the top end here. We had a good vocalist on this track, so there is some personality to them. But you could get away with just some straight ahs or just some oohs, just to throw them in on our chorus sections to lift the song up to that next level. Here's just the background vocals.
Someday, someday when you go, I won't fall, no, I won't fall for your light.
It's that extra touch and that extra polish that pushes our song forward and really helps it feel like a full range production, like a professional production here. One more time, we'll throw them back in the track here. We have everything in now, and I'll let it go out towards the solo here as well so you can hear what our lead guitar is doing. You can hear our background vocals going in and out. I'll mute them in and out on the solo section too. You can hear they're still contributing a ton of energy to this track here. That's the secret here, adding just a simple group of background vocals, whether it's a pair of 2, a pair of 4, or a full 6 like we have here. Just that extra touch and that extra polish to take your productions to the next level and make them feel that much more professional. I hope that was helpful for you. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, if you're ready to take your mixes to the next level and really start dialing in your workflow as an audio engineer, then I have just the tool for you, and it is completely free. It is my 7-step mixing checklist, and you can download it below to start creating more professional mixes in less time. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.